we are starting a new series, which we're really excited about.
Yeah.
And the series is going to be how to be happy and how to find joy in your life.
Yes.
Which,
who doesn't need a little joy in their life?
I do.
I do.
So be sure to subscribe, and then you can follow all of the series of the next videos on how to be happy and how to be joyful in your life.
Yep. So let's dig in.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's get started.
Okay. Well, to start off with, this series about being happy and finding joy is all being based around the Sermon of the Mount. So the first one we want to talk about, or what appears first, is in Matthew 5:3.
Yeah.
So Jesus says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven."
Yes.
So
the poor in spirit.
Right.
What does that mean?
Right. I mean, I think a lot of these, we've read these hundreds of times, but do we really understand what it means to be poor in spirit?
Right.
The word poor in biblical language translates to poverty. So if you think of a person that's poverty, right? Homeless. They have dignity. I mean, they never lose their dignity, but they don't have anything. They don't own anything. They're looking to others for help, right? For mercy, and any little gift or food or money that they're given means a great deal to them because they have nothing. So in knowing that poor kind of equals severe poverty, that's how we're supposed to approach God.
Right.
So the poor people, or what God is telling us to be poor in spirit, right? So we know that we bring nothing in our hands that God needs, and nothing in our hearts that compels God to accept them. Right. So there's nothing that we can give God. Total helplessness.
All right, you ready?
I was born ready, baby.
So the second one we're going to talk about,
number 2,
is verse 4.
Okay.
Blessed are those who mourn.
Mourn.
Now, I always looked at that like, why does God want me to be sad?
True.
Right?
Very good point.
Why do you want me to be sad?
Yeah. I mean, why am I blessed if I'm sad?
Yeah.
Or I kind of think of, well, so that means I have to walk around like, all the time sad and depressed all the time.
For me to be blessed.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I hope not, because that's
the
not
complete
God.
opposite of what we're trying to teach her is that he wants us to be happy, right?
Right.
Okay.
What mourning means, it doesn't mean constant sadness.
Right.
It means that we gain the heart of Jesus. And I always pray that a lot. It's like, Jesus, let me care about the things you care about. Let me be sad about the things you are sad about. And I think that's kind of where mourning is. I think we as Christians should mourn what's going on in our world.
Right.
We should mourn when injustice happens.
Right.
Entering into mourning with Jesus and the things he cares about, the more of a heart you'll have, the more you'll get connected, and the more you'll find your happiness in Jesus, because you become like him and the things that he cares about.
Right.
So the next one, Jesus says, "Blessed are you that are meek or gentle, for they will inherit the earth." Okay, now there's an interesting word there. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. Okay, so what do you guys think? Comment. What do you think when someone says, "Oh, he's meek"?
Yeah.
I think, meek. There's like, have you ever heard the guy on the beach that gets sand kicked on his face, and he's too meek and afraid to do anything?
Stand up.
Yeah. Right. I think that's meek.
Right.
But actually, meek is just the opposite of that. And you see, I think, again, we read these, but we don't really understand. And Jesus is saying, you will be blessed and you will be happy if you do these things.
Right.
So meek, there was 2 examples of people that were meek in the Bible. Do you know who they are?
Yeah, because you told me.
Okay, so she cheated.
Moses. Mm-hmm. And, well, of course, Jesus.
Right.
He's meek.
Right.
He's a given.
Well, of course. I mean, meek and gentle kind of go hand in hand.
Right.
So, when you think of these two people, I mean, Moses was very meek, very gentle with other people. I mean, the people that he led, he just loved them to death. He would do anything for them.
Right.
He was very bold, not meek, when he went to the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
He didn't say, "Oh, will you let my people go?" He said, "You let me go, or there's going to be snakes."
Yeah, you're going to get something.
Or frogs, or whatever, right? And Jesus was very bold. I mean, again, gentle, just an amazing person.
Right.
But when the time came for him to be bold in God, I think that's
tables.
exactly,
right?
yeah.
I know.
I mean, a godly fire in your belly that comes out.
Yeah.
So meek does not mean weak,
Right.
or timid. It means humble and gentle. But when the time comes, you're bold.
Right. All right. So the next one we're going to talk about.
Please tell me. I need to know.
Verse 6
Okay.
says, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness,
Right.
for they will be filled." I almost said thrilled.
Thrilled, filled. Well, they could be thrilled and filled.
But
Yeah.
you'll be filled.
This is where, in the U.S., what's wrong with us?
We don't want God. We're taking God out of everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, so
that
I
what
mean,
you're saying?
well, okay, so I think, so let's think about, hunger and thirsty. How many of us, now this is the third world's exempt, because I know there are people that are really starving and are really thirsty.
And we have some people that.
Yeah, yes, but I mean, I'm saying as a whole, right? How many of us have really been hungry or have really thirsted? And I was reading in the Bible that why this is so relevant and why he says that. In the Bible, there were time periods where there were famine. I mean, like the Pharaoh, how Joseph collected, and he says there's going to be so many years of famine and so many years of good. They knew what it meant to be hungry. And they knew what it meant to be thirsty. So they really got this hunger and thirst. And I don't think we do. And I don't, like you said, I don't think we hunger or thirst for God. And I think that's what's wrong with us right now.
Yeah.
So comment if you guys agree with this. I mean, do you think our country really hungers and thirsts for God anymore? So the next one says, "Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy." I have a couple. What do you think of? Okay, so what do you guys think mercy is? Do you guys know what mercy? There's a big difference between grace and mercy, and a lot of people kind of get it mixed up.
Yeah.
So what is mercy?
Well, mercy is something you should get that you don't get.
Right.
So you should get. I always do the analogy to a speeding ticket. You should get the speeding ticket because you were speeding.
You're guilty. You're guilty.
Yeah, you're guilty, but the cop was nice and says, "I'm not going to give you a ticket this time."
Right.
Mercy.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to get better at showing mercy.
Yeah.
So when someone screws up, or someone messes up, or someone did something that they truly deserve, that's what mercy is.
Right.
You're very quick to let them off the hook.
Right.
And let things be normal, and let bygones be bygones.
Right.
Because it says that if you don't do that, you won't be showing mercy.
Right.
So really quick, guys, we've got something funny. We have a dog named Zoe, okay, and she's always with us while we're doing this. She's in one of those weird positions, okay? So I'm going to take a picture, and then we're going to put it up on the screen of what we're looking at, okay? So hold on.
Her comfy position. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God.
It's like getting better and better.
I know.
I mean, now you get to see God.
Yeah.
So, I mean, pure in heart means a total dedicated heart for God. I mean, it's kind of like money and God. It says in the Bible you can't serve both. One's going to be the master and one's not. So you had a good point.
Thank you.
You have one so often. But you were saying, what could you not live without?
Right.
And, I get it. We like our certain things. But why don't you guys take a moment? Why don't you guys comment? Is there anything that you couldn't live without?
I mean, you'd be upset.
It's like, yeah. And I think that really, if you were to ask yourself that question, it might show you where your heart isn't 100% committed towards God. It's like, well, I just can't live without my video games.
Right.
Well, maybe you need to look, and maybe your heart's divided between the video games and God. And we're not saying it's okay to play video games,
right.
but could you live without them?
Right.
The only really stable thing we have in life that never changes, that is our constant joy and happiness, is God.
Yeah.
The person with a pure heart does not claim to have faith, but possesses a kind of unwavering faith that leads to faithful living.
Don't we all want that?
I know, unwavering faith. I mean, so when COVID goes wrong and COVID goes bad, what happens to our faith?
Right.
So are we really pure in heart then?
Right. And when your house burns down, are you faithful that God's going to provide?
Right.
It's hard. We all struggle with that.
Yeah.
So our next one.
I can't.
You can't see the paper.
Well, I can kind of see it. But
Number 9 is blessed are the peacemakers.
Okay.
Peacemakers. For they will be called children of God.
It's even getting bigger. I mean, now you will see God. Now you're called children of God.
Yeah.
Okay, so question is, what is a peacemaker?
Right. I mean, you just figure this is a person that just makes peace in whatever is happening.
Right. I'm a peaceful person, but that's really not what it means. It's called peacemaker, which is a verb.
Right.
And so a verb is maker. Right. So a verb is like action, doing, going, right?
Yeah.
So it actually means one step of, not only being a peaceful person, but making steps to make peace.
Yeah.
I don't think we, if you look at the Republicans and Democrats, I mean, and then, I think we're not peacemakers at all. We've lost our peacemaking ability. It's almost like one side against another side. You have to have my opinion and you're not right. I mean, we're not peaceful. We all should do it is to pray and ask
I like that.
for God, Jesus' heart. I say God, but Jesus' heart.
Yeah.
And that we would care about the things that he cares, and the things that are important to him are important to us.
But I like that because it's
Give me your heart.
Yeah, it's more personal. It's more sitting right here with them and asking to know what's matter.
Yeah.
What bothers them.
So let us know in the comments, guys, if you want to make a commitment to do that, because we'll pray for you. And I really believe if you pray that prayer, it's going to change you as a person.
Yeah.
And you'll become more closer to Jesus. You'll get more happy and you'll find more joy because you're really connected to Jesus' heart.
Yeah.
Connecting you to Christ. Okay, so the last two kind of go together. So we'll just say them together, okay?
Yeah. So
blessed are those who are persecuted of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. That's 10. And then 11, blessed are you, which is interesting because Jesus kind of changes personal.
Right.
This is the one beatitude where he gets personal.
Right.
You. He says you. And you meaning the church.
Right.
Okay? When people insult you, persecute you falsely, say all kinds of evil against you because of me, rejoice. Now, this is hard, okay? Rejoice when they do that. Now, rejoice means jumping for joy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, when someone insults me, I don't jump for joy.
Well, no.
Sorry, I don't. And be glad, because great is your reward in heaven, for in the same way, they persecute the prophets who were before you. So, we in America, now I mean, and again, there are other countries that have severe persecution, right? I think in America, Christians, we're on the edge of end times.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to remember this verse.
Yeah.
Because if you go back to Jesus' time, I mean, they used to burn Christians on poles, just Nero to light up. Yeah, I mean, so in many parts of the world, Christians are persecuted. In the United States, This is coming.
Start out small.
This is starting out small.
Works small and gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, yeah. I mean, they're already, it's taking away prayer out of our schools, taking God.
Our values are being taken away.
Everything God's taken out of.
I think what we need to remember is when this happens, and it is going to happen,
right.
Okay, guys, it's going to happen. You need to remember those verses because Jesus says you are blessed if this happens.
Right.
Because you are blessed because the kingdom of heaven is yours, and not to be unhappy but to rejoice. So instead of retaliating and getting angry and getting sorrow and getting depressed and sad, again, we're talking about being happy. Rejoice. And I know that's such a hard concept.
So hard.
It just makes me angry. But when I get more angry, I lose my joy, right? And happiness.
Yeah.
This is coming. These verses you need to remember.
Yeah.
And say, the kingdom of heaven is yours if you are persecuted.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun, you guys. We hope that you enjoyed this first part of our series. We're so excited to do the rest of them.
Yeah, and I really hope, again, I think we read this stuff, but we don't
dig into it.
Yeah, we don't get it. You know what I mean? What does it mean? Now you know what it means.
Let's make 2021 a big year. Let's have a revival.
Yeah.
Let's start here. So remember to subscribe so that you know when our next part of our series is on, which
What is going to be our next part, Kim?
What part is that? The bell?
What? No,
Don't
not
forget
the
to ring the bell. Wait, Monday?
What? No. The next series is going to be about...
The next series is going to be about what is making me right now angry.
Yeah, it's going to be about anger.
Talk about anger.
And we really think that anger is a huge joy and robs you of happiness.
Absolutely.
So we're going to go over some really good points.
Right now because I'm angry.
You're always angry.
I'm sure you can tell, right?
I can tell when the fire comes out of your eyes. It's like, oh my goodness, she's angry. Watch out.
Okay. Don't forget to ring the bell so that you know when we're on, too.
Yeah, and you get the notifications.
We'll be on Monday. Or Thursday. Could be Monday, could be Thursday.
Why don't you tell them that we
haven't decided yet.
No, tell them that we're going to be doing new videos every Monday and Thursday.
Okay. So we will be doing new videos every Monday and Thursday.
Yep.
So make sure you don't miss those. And we will see you guys next video.
All right. Bye. You're supposed to wave. When you say bye, okay, there we go. We wave to someone, say bye.
Princess wave.
No, that's
Toodaloo wave.
We'll see you guys next video.
Bye.
Bye.